Whilst Konami's Pro Evolution Soccer series has often been praised over the years for its realism and impressive simulation of the beautiful game, if we go back to the PS2 glory days, what really made PES stand out was Konami's willingness to do things differently. We had the PES shop allowing you to do crazy things like add ridiculous dog masks to all of your players, you could put your entire team into dinosaur, penguin or ostrich costumes, and on the football in front, pretty much anyone that's ever played PES 6 will no doubt be able to tell you just how ridiculous cover star Adriano was. The game's producer was a huge fan of Inter Milan, and although the real-life team was also pretty stacked and impressive around this period, they were even more dominant in PES, possessing extreme quality all over the pitch. They were basically a cheat code. There were just certain quirks about PES 6 that made it stand out. Konami weren't afraid to do things differently, the game itself was incredibly responsive, and playing PES 6 was honestly just an absolute dream. Does the gameplay still hold up today though? I'd say so, yeah. It has a good pace about it, it's still pretty enjoyable and fun to play even now, and given that there are people out there that update the game every year with the latest kits and rosters, there's clearly still quite an extensive community for this game, even after all these years. Master League was probably the main focus of PES 6 for most people, and again, Master League just had its own style back then, straying away from the modern day confines of simulating real life football leagues and instead creating its own rules with the Master League original members and the second division system. It was fun, it did its own thing, and back then PES stood out massively as a shining example of everything that a football game should be. 15 years on from the initial release of PES 6, this is a game that still has a huge amount to offer. And in an era of toxic online communities and excessive focus on microtransactions, it's nice to play a game like PES 6 from time to time and relive the glory days when sports games were extremely fun to play and just generally had a bit of character. Could it be argued that PES 6 is the greatest football game of all time? For me, it's definitely up there, and whenever I play it, I always have a huge amount of fun, and I'm impressed by just how much control you feel like you have over what's going on. I struggle with the power bar and I'm constantly smashing shots into row Z, but I'm always well aware that it's my own incompetence that's causing these problems rather than the players seemingly just ignoring my input and doing completely their own thing. There's nothing worse than playing a modern sports game and feeling like you're battling against the mechanics just about as much as you are the actual opponent. Let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments section anyway though. Is this one of your favourite sports games of all time? And if not, what are some of your favourites? I'll be looking to do more content like this in the future around football, basketball and American football games, so if that sounds interesting to you then please do stick around and subscribe for more. I'll also be covering all sorts of news, reviews, tutorials and more, so if you're a big fan of sports games, you'll probably want to stick around. Leave the video a like anyway if you've enjoyed it, and if you are now subscribed then I'll catch you again next time. Have a great day.